Yep.
Greg, go ahead.
Hey, Kerwin, this team's been on a bit of a roller coaster ride in recent weeks with strong performances and then somewhat weak performances. What's the key to maintaining this level of play that you had tonight into next week?
I think it's just playing with a sense of urgency. And as long as we keep our energy levels up every single game, we're going to be fine. You know, when Walker Miller set that charge, that kind of set the tone for us and it gave us a huge energy boost. And it convinced everybody, you know, we can't have just one guy hustling and making big plays. So we all got to make sure we keep bringing the energy for the whole game.
Kip, go ahead.
Yeah, Kerwin, what is it about Duke's defense that seems to bring out the best in your team's three-point shooting? You know, the great night over in Cameron and tonight, a hot start. Is it something they're doing or is the ball just moving better against them?
I feel like we just got some unselfish guys, you know, as long as we keep cutting, moving hard and passing the ball and we getting good looks. You know, we started off early getting in some good looks in the post. And then after they started collapsing in the post, we got some good looks on the outside and we started knocking down shots. So it really just comes down to us being able to make shots, get the ball into the post and finish.
Brendan.
Hey, Kerwin. Yeah, Armando said he thought the first 10 minutes or so was, you know, really as good as you guys have played all season. Does the feeling of that, you think, could that possibly be a springboard? I know Roy has said, you know, there were springboard opportunities before and that hasn't worked out, but does the feeling that comes with that sort of dominance, can that be finally what you guys have been needing?
For sure. It's definitely huge for us. I don't think there's a single person on this team who wasn't excited throughout the entire game. You know, we was all making huge plays, making a bunch of shots, throw some good passes. People was making a lot of hustle plays. I think it's hard not to get excited from that, especially when everyone's playing so well and you just got to keep the momentum going. And it definitely fuels us and gives us a lot of energy.
Brian Keys.
Kerwin, from sort of a larger standpoint, you know, this year has been tough for everybody, especially the players with all the things you've been asked to do, you know, not be near people and have this season. How are you feeling right now, just personally, you know, finishing out the regular season, last game at the Dean Dome on such a high note?
I'm feeling great, just mostly for the seniors, just because we got to win and everybody played so well. And seeing them playing their last game in the Smith Center is real special. I know it's like one thing that's huge, especially for coaches, for all the coaches, especially for them. So that's the main thing I'm really happy about, is just seeing them all smile and be excited just to play their final game in the Smith Center.
CL?
When you mentioned as long as you guys play with the sense of urgency, and Armando said, you know, when you guys are locked in. So what's kind of the key to getting to that state before games, to kind of having that sense of urgency before you come out? I mean, have you noticed the difference between a game like today and say, you know, the game at Syracuse or something like that, where you don't feel like you had the same level of intensity?
Yeah, I think it comes to a sense of pride and just what's important to you. I think we came into this game really strong because we figured this is like one of the most important games for a lot of guys, especially for the seniors. You know, it's the last game they'll play here. You know, it's a big night for them. You got fans in the crowd. Everybody's family is coming and watching the game. So it's kind of like, you know, you're playing for all of them. You're playing for coach, you're playing for the fans, you're playing for your family. And it kind of gets you a lot of energy and it kind of makes you just super excited to play. And I think as long as we just keep carrying out that same energy every single game, we're going to be fine.
Andrew?
Hey, Kerwin, last Saturday against FSU, you guys had 21 turnovers that led to 25 points. Today, 20 turnovers that led to 23, yet you won both games. What does it say about this team that when you have games where you turn over a lot and give up points, there are times you can actually beat quality opponents when that happens?
I think it just shows that we have a lot we can still improve on. You know, I don't even think we're at our best. I feel like that just shows that not only that we keep fighting throughout the entire game despite turning the ball over, but we still have a lot of room to improve. And once we keep improving, we're going to be a super dangerous team. It's going to be tough to beat us. keep
real
improving.
quickly with the follow-up, to be able to overcome that, to be able to win a game like this when you did that, to be able to beat a team like FSU when you go 21 for 25 in that situation, does it say something about the level you guys can get to, especially if you're not doing that stuff?
I couldn't hear the last part. What'd you say?
Does it say something about the level you guys can play at that you're able to overcome that? So if you're able to kind of cut it down, you guys can take your game to another notch.
I mean, yeah, for sure. You know, less turnovers equals more possessions and more possibility to score points. So I think just, you know, when we don't turn it over, I mean, I'm sure it definitely pleases Coach Roy and everybody else. But as long as we keep playing hard, I think that's what really comes down to. And that's why we keep winning games despite turning the ball over too much.
All right, thanks, Kerwin. Caleb's ready to go here.